Alright guys, so right here we're going to try this audio overlog here. Uh, this is a deer that we found on a quota hunt, and he had been in this really thick mountain laurel for about 5 hours. This is about 100 yards from where he was shot, but it took us about 30 minutes or so to find him. And as you can tell, it's in the daytime. The treetops are still really hot right here. So he's this big blob at the bottom of the tree. And we're watching, kind of trying to see if we can figure out which deer this is. Or if this is the same deer. We know it's a buck, and we know he is bedded down. Here in a little bit, he actually steps out from under the tree. There's a bit of an opening on the other side, and we can positively ID him. This is the deer that the hunter shot. He got 2 shots in him with a 350 Legend, and he is still very much alive in this picture, or in this portion of the video. So you can see we're going back and forth between the thermal. I'm just making some rotations around the trees. It is so thick and so steep inside uh, inside here. It's crazy how steep and thick it is underneath here. We actually go after it's all said and done. We go back. I marked a GPS pin, and so we went and found where this buck was bedded down, and there was a little bit of blood. And I say bedded down. We believe that this deer stayed standing for the entire time that he was there. There was nowhere that was laid down, or that we could tell that there were leaves or anything laid down where there was any kind of bedding or bedding behaviors. So we're not sure if the deer was hit, or hit fatally or not. The the biggest point in showing you guys this, it's kind of boring and a little bit hard to see everything that's going on here, but this is the reality of what happens whenever a buck comes by chasing a doe and we take a shot that we think is good. In this particular case, the gentleman got 2 shots in him, and we were able to locate the deer, but he was not dead. So I spoke with the guy the following day. He went out, looked around again, and the deer was nowhere to be found. So our assumption is that the hit was not fatal, but we were able to find him. And so after tracking many deer with a dog, the drone is allowing us to see, hey, well, most of the deer that we're tracking are actually not dead. And based off of what I've seen while tracking the deer that are with the dog, that most of those, from the intel that I'm gathering now, most of those deer were probably not dead either, and we were probably bumping them way before we had any idea that we were getting up to them. And so uh, I would highly recommend to, if you're not sure on the shot, wait if you can, especially if it's cold. The meat's not going to go bad or anything like that, because who knows, maybe the deer expires there, maybe it doesn't. Hard to tell, but that's one of those things where we could really do a whole lot better if we would just wait and give these deer a chance to expire. Like I said, we thought this one was going to be dead. 5 hours later, he's still very much alive. So also the terrain that's on there right beside where this buck is bedded down. Sorry, my audio is going to die. But right beside where this buck is bedded down, we have a really, really deep draw that goes down on the hillside, and it's impossible to make it out with these trees. But this is the most ideal location that you could possibly imagine for a wounded buck to be. He has an escape route out on either side. It's super duper thick and it's super duper steep. So he was evidently hurt, and he went there to hang out, but he wasn't hurt bad enough to die. So here you go. Hope you guys enjoy.